what I found. What? Doctor Strange, baby. What? What? Bring me pictures of Spider-Man. What? Oh, it's Moreland. Oh. I'm definitely getting him.
Well, what do you know? It's that time of the month. What's in the box? Alright, everyone, it's time to unveil the curtain beneath the madness. That is another Big Bad Toy Store unboxing. This time, it's a good one. What do you know? Alright, so, Red Hand Ninja. Okay, tight. Oh, look, another Red Hand Ninja. Awesome. What's that? Oh, what do you know? It's just She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters, and I got two of them. Want to keep open. Want to keep in the box. Okay. Hey, look. It's Hercules. Everyone's favorite. Nice. Same thing there. One to keep in the box. One, two, open. This one is bent. Probably gonna open that one. Oh my god. Another Red Hand Ninja. You know why I got these, obviously. We're gonna build Stiltman, ladies and gentlemen. What's that? Oh, I forgot this was in here. Iron Man. Stealth Iron Man, to be precise. This one came out pretty clean. Cool. Okay. Winding down, we have Legion. Underrated TV show, by the way. Not many people saw it. And finally, the best Marvel Legends of them all, Goku. Alright, I'm just gonna straight up open this. Hope you guys are on the right tempo with me. We're about to take pictures of Spider-Man, because we also got Spider-Man. Oh yeah, this looks good. Hey, what's up? We got a package from our friend Blade Wilson. Thank you. Let's open it up. You're the best. I have something to send you very soon. I might just end up using the same box. But here we go. Let's find out. I know what it is. For the folks at home, check it out. It's Bucky Barnes. Nice. From Falcon and the Winter Soldier, otherwise known as Fat WS. And, whoa, it's Endgame Thor. Awesome. Real quick, I think I'm going to get that 2-pack with Steve Rogers and Falcon to get that cool unworthy cap. Check this out. Ta-da. Look at that. And that is just the tip of the iceberg, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I got Endgame Thor. We got Wanda over here. You got Human Torch. But the first couple minutes of this video is exclusively just Marvel stuff. So let's get to it. Let's open some of these. And there's more behind it. Check it out. We got a lot to unbox today. Okay, I wanted to get this one out of the way first because it's probably one of my favorite things in this video. Marvel related. She-Hulk. Really excited for the Disney Plus show. And we got the figure. And, you know, of course, I had to get one out of the box. And made on card as well. But there it is. It's pretty cool. First we got that Grey Hulk version of She-Hulk. But I didn't get that. I had to wait. I wanted the classic, you know, green. But hopefully they do more with, like, you know, more of a classic look. Her and her other outfits. Maybe they'll do a Fantastic Four outfit of her. But this thing in and of itself, pretty great. Articulation, you know, is what you would expect. No double jointed elbows. But we'll see that soon with the Tigra. I have that on the way. But everything else, pretty good. Here's a look at her face. looks angry. But also at the same time, they have encapsulated the beauty of Jennifer Walters. It's nice to have my first official She-Hulk in the collection. She is an Avenger after all, and a member of the Fantastic Four. Let me know. Are you guys excited for the Disney Plus show? Tatiana Maslany is going to play her. Emmy Award-winning Tatiana Maslany from Orphan Black. Mark Ruffalo's in that show, and Abomination. So I'm pretty psyched. What they've showed us so far looked pretty good. The figure, pretty cool. I'm very happy to have it. It ties in very well with the rest of the Marvel Legends. Look at that. Beautiful. Just a quick little anecdote before I move on to the next character. I just want to say, hopefully Hasbro will give us a lawyer type of She-Hulk. Something they kind of did with like that one San Diego Comic-Con exclusive where she had a wardrobe of her in a suit, and then you could put her with glasses or something. I don't know, they've done a lot of different variations of She-Hulk, so hopefully they don't stop there. Probably they will make more once she gets popular with the Disney Plus show. But moving on, what's next? Next up over here, I'm just going to talk about Hercules really quickly. In my opinion, if he's ever introduced to the MCU, Gerard Butler would not be a bad choice. And if it's not Gerard Butler, I still want Hercules. I think he's a pretty great character to have. He introduces a whole realm of, not Norse mythology. So that'd be very unique and an interesting corner and faucet of the MCU that we have not seen before. Look at this figure, though. Look at that face. Oh, it's great. Now, the costume they chose for him, I think they did a swell job. They did not go with the other look. That's because Hasbro already did that way back when they had the license for Marvel Legends to begin with. But this figure right here, this is sick. Probably one of the better figures they've done. But there is a flaw. He should have more hair. The hair is just kind of like, does he shave his legs? What's going on there, Hercules? But other than that, it's a fun figure. Has some heft to it. It's beefy. He fits in. And he goes great on the Avengers shelf. But I had to get one. On card and out of the box. Next up over here, we got Nova. Nothing really fancy I have to say about Nova. I just really needed him in the collection, so it's nice to actually get a good one for once. So there you go. Miles Morales. Great figure. And I know it says Gamerverse, but it totally fits in. I needed that. Alright. I finally opened that Sam. I don't have the wings. Damn it, Hasbro. You're going to make me buy the wings now. Anyways, Doctor Strange. What's up, boys and girls? I have pre-ordered the Mafex Doctor Strange coming soon. So, I don't know, maybe a few months. But Hasbro's rendition of this character for No Way Home, pretty solid. Not bad for $20. So, that's all I have to say. And get me pictures of Spider-Man. What's next? But before we go, here's a blast from the past. Anyone remember Marvel Universe? There were 3 3/4 inch figures. This figure rocked, and it's the only Marvel Universe figure I really have because I just thought it was really cool and I wanted to buy it. And it upset me for the longest time that the figure was so good that they never did a Marvel Legends version of that. Well, it took them years. They did it. Hallelujah. This figure's great. This one's even better. Now we can move on officially. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the first one we'll open on this video is Wanda Maximoff. So, Vision, take it away. Let's cut her open. Alright, here's Wanda outside of her hex, her plastic prison. Anyone else feel like Hasbro's getting a lot better at their face sculpts these days for the actresses and actors? I mean, there could still be a lot of work to be done, but they're getting pretty good at it. Elizabeth Olsen deserved an Emmy. Okay, good job, Hasbro. This figure is sick. Now all we need is Agatha Harkness. Hopefully and probably they will give us that with her announced show on Disney Plus, Agatha, House of Harkness. But this figure, it pretty much rocks. Love it. Thank you to the local comic book store for providing this for the low price of $39.99. I totally bought it. Nah, it's alright. This figure is hard to obtain, and there's no wonder why. Her show was good. Popular character. It was the best of the Disney Plus wave that came out. Hey, if you like WandaVision, support your guy here. Watch my WandaVision review. It was pretty fun to review that. Other than that, this figure is very cool. The detail is pretty good. It's immaculate. The hair, nice free-flowing hair there. You got the color right. The outfit, sick. Probably one of the best dressed costumes now in the MCU. Looks eerily similar to Magneto's. But there you go. Pretty cool. Let's move on. Okay, everyone. This video is getting a bit predictable. It's time to spice it up, shall we? Let's see what's behind door number 3. Huh? What is it? Oh, it's Bucky. Well, we'll open you soon, Bucky. We just opened an MCU figure. Let's get crazier. Let's go even wilder. You looking like Icarus from the Eternals right now. That's right, folks. It's that time of the month. It's our monthly Big Bad Toy Store unboxing, baby. Okay, Brad Pitt, take it away.
What's in the fucking box?
Yes, sir. What's in the box? From our friends at Big Bad Toy Store. Ta-da! Well, what do you know? Out of the way, the big prize. And how timely. Because that Spiderverse trailer for the second movie looked pretty sick. Hell yeah, baby. It's Spider-Gwen, Haley Steinfeld, double dipping in Marvel with Kate Bishop and Spider-Gwen. And what else we got? Did you guys like What If? Here's the MVP of What If. Doctor Strange. Let's go. And, oh, I love that Haley Atwell is still a mainstay in the Marvel Universe. Captain Carter. Soul, if you're watching, shout out to my UK friend. Soul, you're the greatest. You're the GOAT. UK all day. Okay, so before we review these two, or should I say, these three, I am going to review Spider-Gwen, because this was the most excited I am for a video today, because of this. Alright, here we are with our Spider-Gwen segment, brought to you by Haley Steinfeld's acting career, starting from True Grit to Hawkeye. Shout out to Haley. Filipino Pryde, what's up? Read your local comic books. That made no sense. Read your comic books. Support your local comic book store. This one's good. I remember when this came out around like 2014 and people knew it was going to be a hit. It was very hard to obtain her first appearance. And they were right. What do you know? She's super popular. So let's get on to the figure. Release her from this plastic dome. And that reminds me, I have something regarding him. So, before we open this, quick little shout out to the company Q-Fig. Found this. Looked pretty good. I could not pass this one up. Look at that. Spider-Ham. With pie. Hell yeah. And this is totally unrelated, but the next week after I bought this, I saw another one, and I wanted to get it. So I'll just drop that here right now. Look at that. Kitty Pryde. With Lockheed. Phasing through a sentinel head. Q-Fig. Ignore the dust. Anyways. Back to the subject at hand. Now I gotta pull out. Pause. I gotta take out Peter B. Parker from Mafex Let's get it! Here's Peter B. Parker from Mafex with Spider-Gwen. They look pretty good together. Right now, I'm going to take them both out of their box, of course. I don't think I'm going to get the Miles. The reviews weren't that good on that one. I feel like that would, if I buy it, it would be annoying. I'm pretty happy with my Marvel Legends version, which I'll also take out. But let's move on. We've stalled long enough. Here is what Gwen Stacy comes with. The selling point are the heads, and of course the figure itself, plus John Mulaney's version of Spider-Ham, baby. Alright. This figure comes with a lot of hands, and I like that they included a stand accessory for the look, the aesthetic of the box here, and to pair them up. Ooh, alternate feet again, alternate shoes. Pretty good. Ooh, got a little hammer mallet for Spider-Ham. And of course, these great set of alternate heads. The figure itself looks very petite. Hopefully it doesn't break, you know. Skinnier figures tend to break. Let's hope not, especially when it's an import. And I do love how they have like more of a squinted look. Really gets the feel of an animated feature. Okay, after messing with this Gwen figure for a little bit, I have some mixed feelings about it. I'm overall happy that I bought it. I think it was a bit too much for what it's actually worth. In my opinion, it was pricey, and if you have the Hasbro one, just go with that one. This one has a lot to offer though, don't get me wrong. But it's a bit lanky, it's a bit skinnier, and for what it's worth, it does come with more, but I also feel like it could break easier. And it wasn't even pristine white when I got it opened. So, some quality control issues there. But it was pretty fun to mess around with it. And it does come with these cool head sculpts, which I will show right now. Ignore the fingernails. Okay, Mafex, you had me worried there for a second. Every time I held this figure, I felt like it was going to break. But it held out in the end. Because this figure actually kicks ass. Sure, it has some problems, but for a second there, I thought Hasbro's was better. Not gonna lie. This one is better, way better. But at the same time, Hasbro's version, not bad for $20. The face sculpt, not that bad. This face sculpt, though, blows that one out of the water. And of course, the other one. And on top of that, there's a magnet attached with the masked head with the hood. So that's pretty cool. You don't have to worry about it falling out and whatever. There are some very obvious flaws. Quality control. It kind of looks lanky. The shoes are very minuscule and small, which is accurate, but it's hard to stand this figure. But above that, regardless of that, comes with a shitload of accessories. Look at this. And Spider-Ham, of course. If you thought Spider-Gwen was hard to stand, this one does not stand on its own at all. I'm going to say it. The Hasbro one was better. Look at that. No stand needed. Stand on its own right. What the heck? But it didn't come with accessories. Yo, look at this. Look how amazing this is. This is splendid. This is magnificent. No words need to be spoken of how cool this is. Okay, bye. Despite this figure's flaws, I overall love it. But this one, Peter B. Parker, was much better, and I think it was around the same price. I think even the Miles, in addition with the Peter, both come with cloth goods. This one does not, but it makes up for it with Spider-Ham. Not that one. This one, but it doesn't stand. So, This, what you're seeing right now, is a mix match of what I think is the best blend of the figures that I have for the core team. But we're missing Nicolas Cage's Spider-Man Noir. So who's going to drop that one first? Hasbro, Sentinel, or Mafex? And where's Penny Parker? I know Sentinel's doing it, but who knows if that'll be good? Because Penny herself is just like a statuesque figure. And then you have the robot. But, I don't know. This is pretty cool. This wasn't really a review. I don't really review many things because I didn't even go over its articulation. It's what you would expect. I didn't put much of the accessories on, but I just wanted to showcase what they look like together. And if you're wondering, that's the Hasbro head on the Mafex body. And the reason this one was much better was because it was like 2 figures for 1 price. You could have a Spider-Man and a Peter Parker. So let's move on. What's next? And if anyone's wondering, the best way to display these figures is with one of these head sculpts. This is definitely the best point of contention for this figure. The selling point are these faces. I mean, just look at the pixel dot matrix calibration, high-tech resolution they've done to like make it look animated with the, I don't know what I'm talking about. This phone sucks. You can't even get in. Look at that. So blurry. Hey, you! Are you liking this video? Make sure to leave a like and comment down below. Really get that algorithm going, you know? Or if you don't, you're a menace. Okay, now we're going to really wrap things up here, at least with the Marvel section of the video. We're going to play a little game I like to call, What Am I Not Opening Today? Okay, starting off, hot off the press. Not going to open this right now, at least, because I don't have a need to. I'll open it eventually. But another one coming in hot. You thought that was cool. Look at this. It's Legion, everyone. Where the hell am I going to put Legion? I don't want to put him with the other X-Men. He's a really off-kilter, obscure, not even in their own dimension, alternate reality warping hairdo. I don't know where to put him. Hasbro presents Marvel's Legion. By the way, the FX show was pretty good, actually. Look at that. Pretty basic, yet pretty cool. Glad we finally have him. Hairstyle and all. And bam, what do you know? First appearance of Legion. What up? Yeah, there's that crazy hair. Anyways, if you haven't read Age of Apocalypse, it's actually a pretty good storyline. Check him out. Read a comic book, everyone. The son of Charles Xavier, Legion gets his incredible mind, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, not opening him. Sorry. I just don't have a place to put him. But I'll tell you what I will open, because I'm tired of looking at this huge-ass box. I'm going to throw this box away, and I need to open this now. Marvel selects the Human Torch comes with 2 head sculpts. So you can have the android Human Torch and the most famous one, Johnny Storm, of course, from the Fantastic Four. Here's the description. I'm not going to read that. But the figure, if we flip it, designed by Eamon O'Donoghue. There you go. In all of his plastic glory. Accessories are sick. This box, on the other hand, I gotta throw it. Marvel Select. I hope you keep doing the boxes like these. They're great. You know, very uniform look. But sometimes I gotta throw them because they're too big. They're too bulky. Also, what's going on here? You guys always have like cool side art, but this one's just a toy. What happened? All right, let's do this. With traditional Marvel Select fare, they come packaged marketing with their previous figures. Now I need to backtrack because I don't have this Marvel Select thing. and now it goes really well with this Human Torch. Also, I missed out, man. Where is he? Damn it. I want that one. Anyways. Yeah, Johnny Storm looking sick as hell here. Nice accessories going on. That's basically why everyone wanted it. Plus, it's a cool figure in and of itself. Also, it's awesome to have an android head. Okay, I opened Johnny Storm / the Android Human Torch. And I won't speak on this one for too long, but this one's pretty good, worth the money of 20 to 30 bucks. This one's pretty nice. It will not fit in with your Marvel Legends, but you can finagle the scale because this base is very cool. And so if you just have it like that, that works. But this is meant for Marvel Select, and if you have the thing, that works very well, obviously. And hopefully they make Reed Richards and Sue Storm. Very excited if they actually deliver on that promise. But this is nice. Pretty decent articulation. Marvel Select has done better articulation. But that's not why we bought this figure. Because the articulation has the DC-UC crotch hips. But as a statuesque figure in and of itself. This is sick. So, job well done. And someone keeps honking their car. What's going on? If anyone was curious, here's the Johnny Storm head, and here's the Android head. It looks very not different and very different at the same time. If you're a huge Android fan, you're pretty stoked right now because we never really got a figure of that. So, there you go. And as promised from earlier, we're going to quickly open up Bucky, James Buchanan Barnes from the Disney Plus wave. Let's go. Here is Sebastian Stan looking mean mugging as the Winter Soldier over here. In certain angles, it looks more like him. In other angles, it actually does look like Richard Madden as Icarus. But as a whole, pretty decent figure. Nothing to really write home about, nothing to really talk about with this incarnation of a figure, except the fact that the face sculpt was cool, and I love the Wakandan vibranium arm. That's black and gold. So, there you go. Ta-da! And of course, they go really well together. Sam and Bucky. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So far, we've talked a lot, opened a bunch of Marvel figures, but the fun has not ended yet, because I alluded to the fact that I got these. Yo, look at that side profile. It looks pretty nice. The What If series was really good. And here are the figures that you should collect if you want to build that team at the end of the last episode. We still have some more that we need. We need Party Thor. We need Eric Killmonger. We need... Hold on, who else do we need? Black Widow. That'd be cool. Yeah, just a bunch. Get that whole team rolling. We definitely need Ultron. So, I hope that they make more. Because What If Season 2 got announced. Let's do it. Yo, look at this. Pretty sick. These three together, unified. Amazing. I really liked What If. That Ultron fight was sick. These figures are even cooler. In my opinion, the coolest out of all of them is Captain Carter, and then Doctor Strange Supreme, and then T'Challa being the weakest one. My version of T'Challa, his knee is about to break off. You could see the white plastic coming apart. There's some quality controls on this Captain Carter. As you can see, that might happen because it's white paint. But other than that, I'm really glad to know that it has double jointed elbows. and it was flawlessly done. Good stuff going on. Like I said, let's get Gamora, let's get Party Thor, let's get Eric Killmonger, Ultron, Black Widow. Hawkeye wasn't even on the team, but let's get a figure of him. Let's get the whole team. When Hasbro does a figure of Party Thor, they should definitely not forget that he has a tattoo, because he got matching tattoos with Natalie Portman's character. So that is What If, baby. Okay, next up, the thing we will open is one comic figure, and then we're gonna go crazy as we wind down the Marvel section. We're gonna open Thor, and then we're gonna end off strong with the 2-pack to end all 2-packs. So what is that comic figure, you might ask? It's Riri Williams. Ironheart is a character I know nothing about, but I'm really interested to see what they do with the Disney Plus show. Completely brand new character to a lot of people. So let's read this. Certified super genius Riri Williams turns into a dorm. I messed that up. Let's continue on. Turns a dorm room project into a high-tech, high-flying suit of armor and becomes a force for good. So, without a further ado, let's open Ironheart. This figure actually ended up being pretty good. Really solid effort. Honestly, I'm a big fan of the character now after doing some research. After opening this, I'm actually pretty excited about the Disney Plus show now. This figure is really good. Probably one of the best of the year. And it comes with a nice little alternate head sculpt. And if we take it off here, really solid stuff. Good accessories. Nice solid build on the figure. The articulation is very smooth. Double jointed elbows yet again. Hasbro's getting used to that now. That's good. Good stuff. I wish this head could move up more, but the range and articulation is really good. Riri Williams fits very well within the other figures, as expected. Now it's time to open up the God of Thunder himself. From Avengers Endgame, Thor. I really like the packaging that these come with. The Infinity Saga figures, that is. I just think it's really neat and streamlined if they're all going to be like this. I especially love the side art. The back, pretty basic. Here we go. It's time. My guy here comes with a lot. Mjolnir, Stormbreaker, extra hands. The whole look is amazing. I, for one, really liked Fat Thor. I love the part where he's like, I'm still worthy. So I don't really get the whole appeal of headlines thinking the movie's like fat shaming the character. It's only really like at certain points with like Rocket and War Machine making fun of him, which is to be expected. It's Thor. It's not making fun of fat people. It's just Thor. And I think it's great because I don't think the writers were dumb for doing that decision because, one, it's risky storytelling, and two, Thor is fat in Norse mythology sometimes. So, pretty good. Anyways, let's get it. Okay, how is this figure? Well, first off, the likeness is incredible. I really do see Chris Hemsworth in this figure. Pretty great. The figure itself, the build, you really do feel like he's fat. And that's great because it's screen accurate. Does it hinder the articulation? Well, yeah, I guess. Especially here. But, hey, that's the sacrifice. And it works. I really like this figure. This is great. It stands on its own. And the side profile is good. Screen accurate. Seriously though, that head sculpt, really good stuff. Comes with 2 weapons, of course. Mjolnir and Stormbreaker. 2 additional hands. The cape does not weigh it down too much, so it stands on its own right. It doesn't go that way. If it was cloth, that'd be amazing, but very rarely Hasbro will do that. This is good. Now I really want the Big Lebowski Thor and Captain America, which hopefully I'll get soon, because what do you know it, folks? It's time. The video is about to end because we have Thor. We're going to get Captain America, but now we got Iron Man. As the video comes down to a close, thank you so much for watching. I'm debating whether to have the Marvel section as its own video or keep going. We'll see. Okay, I was really excited for this 2-pack because I never had a MCU Thanos figure. And yo, he comes with 3 additional heads and he's like dusted. He's about to dust off, bro. Comes with the snapping hand, the snapping brothers. Look at that. And Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. head, Iron Man, Mark, Super Bowl, I don't know what number that is. Avengers Endgame. Oh, look at that. Look how like generic and basic that description of Thanos is. Okay. We've wasted enough time. Hey, that's my boy Josh Brolin from No Country for Old Men. From Men in Black 3, let's go. This looks so accurate. Yeah. Right on. And he comes with the blades, right? The Thanos copter blades. Okay, so it's supposed to emulate like a dusting effect. But honestly, it just looks like he got like mud on him. And he's like mildly irritated. But I can tell what they're going for. So this is the shield part that Iron Man can conjure up. But it doesn't really look like a shield. It just looks like a candy. Other than that, I'm pretty stoked. Especially now that I have Thor. Let's get that Captain America. Here is Iron Man in his base form. You know, as the suit. With his closed fist and one open hand. This is what he looks like. Not too shabby, but I'll be honest. I like displaying him with the Robert Downey Jr. head just because it looks so good. So let's check that out. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. These two together look really good. And if you noticed, what a standout to me of this 2-pack is the neck technology that they used. You could swap out the necks for more flesh tone or the Iron Man suit, you know. You'd have bare white skin, Robert Downey Jr., or Iron Man red. So that's pretty great. Both of the Robert Downey Jr. heads are really good. And here it is when he's about to die. As he says, I am Iron Man. But if you're wondering how accurate the stones are, well, that's up to you to decide. But in my opinion, they could have colored them better. Looks kind of like haphazardly put together with the finer details. But overall, I get the point. And here you could recreate the iconic last scene of Iron Man. There you go. Let's see what Thanos is all about. Okay, so Thanos here is a pretty decent figure, but I feel like they could have painted the gold better. I feel like they kind of got lazy with that. Also, the articulation is to be desired with this one. The dust effect also could have been better. I'm just personally happy to have an MCU Thanos in my collection now. The accessories he came with were pretty nice. He stands very well. Iron Man just fell because he's dead. As far as looks go, I like this the best. The weapon is held nicely. And I love the grimace he has as he's smiling, thinking he won. There are no stones in the gauntlet. But if you think about it, this figure doesn't make sense if you put on some of the heads. Because his whole body, his armor, he's already being dusted away. So this is not screen accurate. If you put that head, or if you put any other head, the only head that makes sense on this body is the one that's being dusted away. But, hey, I don't really care. Looks cool either way. They could have done better. But the real standout to me is the Iron Man, of course. Because it's so accurate to Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, overall, good 2-pack. Let's test out the other heads, shall we? Here's Josh Brolin as he's like dead serious about to like murder these people. And here's Josh Brolin pissed off again because he's getting beat up by Scarlet Witch. So overall, this 2-pack is a pretty nice set. I highly recommend it if you're a big fan of the MCU. You could recreate the iconic moment that he dies right from the snap fake and then the snap that was real. Well, we did it, folks. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey of opening Marvel figures. This was a long journey, but it was well worth it. We opened everything that I really wanted to open. The only two that we left behind were the blue Stealth Iron Man and the Legion over there. But other than that, we got everything. Biggest surprise to me was this Human Torch. That was really cool, and as you can see right now, it kind of just fits in with the collection. Really dig the She-Hulk. The What If characters are awesome. The 2-pack that was Thanos and Iron Man, as expected, really good. Underrated that I did not expect to be that good was Ironheart. Really dig that. Hercules, incredible. Oh, I'm so happy I got Wanda. Much to be desired, but I do dig it, was the Spider-Gwen. It's just, I don't think it's worth over $100. But other than that, thank you for watching. This was intended to be a longer video, but I think we're going to stick with Marvel only for this video. So leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. Peace out.